Now, Honorable has mentioned the operationalization of CDF seems to be a problem. What exactly is going on?
Yeah, I think the most important thing to understand is that CDF, which is Constituency Development Fund, was started as an initiative for members of parliament, to supplement government projects. Whilst central government undertakes huge projects, capital projects, and many others, such as roads, housing, and so on, then CDF would complement where government is lagging behind in terms of development. However, this amount has grown from, from one level to another. Previously, it has been gradual from somewhere 300 million or 300,000 as we speak today to 1.6 million as of 2021. When the Upnd government was formed in August, immediately they announced that CDF would be increased from 1.6 million to 25.7 million, which was, over 1,000% increment. Now, such a huge disparity in terms of increment would attract problems. And as you know, it's not clear yet whether the UPND are implementing a decentralization program, because on one breath they say it's decentralization, on the other breath they say it's CDF. So this has brought serious confusion. To augment that also, this CDF is supposed to be used by a member of parliament working together with the CDF committee and the local council, the local authority. However, right now new guidelines have also been brought, which have made it, in fact, which is now the source of the problem that we are seeing. Because before that money is spent, the money has been released, but the guidelines stop entities that are supposed to, the spending agencies, which is a local council, to spend it. Because firstly, once the money has been released, the ward development committees start, applying for projects or whatever service they want, be it empowerment, bursaries, as well as community programs. Once those applications are made, they go to the CDF committee, which makes decision. It prioritizes according to the money that is available. And once that has happened, before it goes to the minister, there's a technical team, there's an appraisal team. So this takes a bit of time. After that, it comes back to the CDF committee, and the CDF committee sends the recommendations to the minister. Now, the minister deals with 156 constituencies. Now, in the process, you find that the year has lapsed and nothing has happened. Even when the minister now comes back to the CDF committee, it will be now time for implementation, whereof you need to look for contractors, which is another tendering process, so on. So that has been the source of problem. So the money is there, but it cannot be spent. And government or public resources, once there are guidelines, they must be followed by the book.
A section of civil society organizations feel that the CDF Act should be amended because it gives so much powers to the Minister of Local Government. What are your thoughts? Absolutely.
To start with, I think the government, before they do anything else, they need to define where they want to develop this country, because they are not clear or they are not sure of themselves. Because you cannot have piecemeal, decisions regarding issues of importance such as CDF. So if they decide that CDF will continue as it is, definitely an amendment must be done. The minister can oversee, but decisions must be made by the local authorities. In any case, if it's decentralization, the whole meaning of decentralization means whereof money which was being spent at central government level is released to local levels, and decisions are made there, and the implementations are there. You do not go back to central government. Then you defeat the whole purpose of decentralization. So I understand very well that most of the people in the UPND are novices. In other words, they've never been in government. They never understood this. It's very important to consult or to learn from others. You don't just come into government, start making decisions, start making all these pronouncements. We are going to choose a cabinet with your PSs and so on. But you see, you find that when you face reality, you have a problem. For instance, I'll tell you that, the president did tell us that, no, wait until I appoint my cabinet. Wait until I appoint my PSs, DCs, foreign missions. But when we waited, we were so curious. You find that there was nothing extraordinary even the appointment was worse than ever before, like for PSs. Because basically, they shifted the UPND cadres into the government system. And this is what is happening. And this whole thing has brought and complicated all these problems. And you can see that, even everywhere, the judiciary, the local authorities now, there's so much movement. I just heard